Alright, so we are on day 2 to see just how the difference between day 1 and day 2 is. Day 1, we kind of learned the structure of a new week, and so day 2 is going to help us review a little bit.
This is week 3.
It's week 3, but it's day 2. We did our regular flashcards, so multiplication and addition already, but we're going to go over our notation flashcards real quick. Mason, we're going to go over our notation flashcards real quick to help us remember some of the symbols that we've seen. So, y'all do these with me. Equals. What's this one? Yeah, approximately, or approximately equal.
Like,
about.
you do one of those, like, when we're measured and it's not exactly how old we are, you just do about.
Close, but not quite. All right, what's this one?
Rainbow.
It's the rainbow. It's intersection,
Intersection.
where the both sets have the same.
Union.
All right, what's this one?
Union.
Oops.
It's
U
the
is
upside down rainbow.
U is for union. That means you put them all together, right?
Union.
All right.
Exact,
You know the bars.
like, exact answers.
Cardinality. It is the number of elements in a set. Okay. Good. All right. What is this, David?
Vector.
Vector. You remember tracing those yesterday? Okay. What is this symbol? It's a negative. Mason, you don't learn if your eyes are looking down there. Put the pencil down and keep your eyes on my flashcards. What is this?
Positive.
Positive.
Plus.
It's also plus, but it's positive.
It's
The actual name for this.
All right. Do you remember the name of this Greek letter?
About life.
What's the name of this Greek letter? Theta.
Theta.
Theta. What's the name of this Greek letter?
Alpha.
Alpha and Omega.
No.
Hmm?
Alpha has like it's an A, but
It does look like an
it's an
A.
A, but it's an X also.
Oh, because it's fancy like that. Okay. What domain does this refer to?
Integers.
Integers. Good.
Two.
Okay. What domain does this refer to?
That's the
Naturals.
one job we're doing.
Can you say naturals? Okay. What is this symbol called?
Force.
No, angle braces.
Angle brackets.
Angle brackets.
Angle brackets. What's this one?
Braces.
Yeah, this one's braces. Okay.
I always
Force.
What's this one?
Force.
Hold on, let me go.
Force.
David, do we need to have a conversation?
No.
Then please stop interrupting.
No.
Sit correctly.
I think
What is it?
I think
Superset?
Yes, it's superset. So the one that is backwards C is superset,
Which means that's subset.
the regular C
Subset.
is subset. Good. Libby, do you remember what the 3 dots are?
Comanchico. 3.
Ayla, what is it? Ellipsis. It means a continuum. It
I know
continues.
it started with an E.
Or an infinite pattern. Ellipsis, yes. Libby, what's this one?
Infinity.
There we go.
Everybody knew that. You didn't hear me say
All
it.
right. Ayla, do you remember this one? Euler's number. It's kind of like pi. Euler's number is approximately 2.718. All right. Anybody remember what this is?
Square root.
The root. Good. The
Square
square
root.
root of 2. All right. Mason, what's this one?
10.
No, the dot. What is the dot called?
1 point.
It's called a radix point or a decimal point.
Decimal point.
Who remembers the 3 dots?
Therefore.
Therefore, what's this one?
Pi.
Pi. Good.
Which means
What's this one?
5.
Phi. Mason. No.
My.
All right. What does the exclamation point mean?
Oh.
Exclamation point.
In English, yes. In math, what does it mean?
Temple.
Factorial.
Back.
What's this one?
Back.
Factorial.
The balls.
You said it.
Factor.
Well, that's this one. What's this one?
Oh, summation.
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 Balls.
Alright, these are just plain old what?
Balls.
Stop saying bars for everything, David.
Bar. A bar.
Parentheses.
Parentheses. These
What's
are
parentheses?
Brackets.
Balls.
brackets. No.
Uh-huh.
They look different. See, these ones are curved and these ones have angles. They're pointy. Parentheses are curved.
Ayla always gets them.
That's because Ayla's paying attention and not coloring. Alright, what's this one?
Elements.
Elements. Good.
The mouth.
Less than or equal.
Less than or equal to?
Greater than or equal.
Yeah, we used these yesterday for our
I.
equivalencies.
No.
Imaginary.
What?
Imaginary.
In Khan Academy of Kids, it was saying those are the teeth because it wants to eat the bigger number.
That's right.
Because A is bigger than B.
You're right. Alright. Nope, pause. We're moving on. I is imaginary number. What's this? Percentages.
F15.
Who remembers our temperatures we were talking about yesterday?
Freezing.
We were talking about freezing and boiling, but we were talking about two different scales of temperature. We had
Degree Fahrenheit.
and we had
Degree Celsius.
Celsius. Those were, and we talked about Kelvin too, but Fahrenheit and Celsius. All right. This was an indefinite integral.
Indefinite integral.
I didn't even get to do
Alright.
one of those.
Open up to page 5.
Because you weren't paying attention.
Open up to page 5.
I flipped to page 5.
Probably because of the one.
I flipped. Alright, because
Probably because of the one.
All right, enough. We are starting with the same type thing that we started with yesterday, which is our word symbols and images. So go ahead and work on your matching. It says closure occurs when the range is a subset or equal to the domain. So your range is a subset or equal to the domain. So we're going to match those sets. And then trace your hops. You work at your speed and we'll come back and check what you need. Okay?
Mom, Ayla looked at Libby.
Yes, she did, because she's curious to see what y'all are doing. Because it's different from what she's doing.
Why?
At the bottom of, hey,
Because
because she's in challenge A and not F and E. Hey, after you trace your hops, you're in essentials and foundations, yes. Alright, F and E, foundations and essentials. After you trace your hops, they are not in essentials yet. Let's focus on math, please. The domain is what? What did we say I was during our flashcards? Imaginary. So trace the domain, please. I equals the square root of -1.
Done. I win. No,
Right.
I win.
Hey, no, not a race. We're tracing the number line. Trace the number line.
Why do I have to take so many stops?
You're not supposed to stop. You're supposed to draw the whole horizontal line and then go back and do the vertical lines. Trace your numbers after you finish tracing the number line.
Why is it just tracing?
Because there's a lot of words to learn, and when we trace it, we're not worried about what it's supposed to look like. Our brain is free to think about the words. All right, did we finish?
Yes, you said it. Can I do this?
All right. In the second half, we are looking at laws of comparison. The first section, see this box up here, is equality. So we're going to say reflexive, 2 equals 2. See that? Reflexive, 2 equals 2. Don't add equals where there aren't supposed to be any. Trace your dots.
All of them?
Just that first row, please.
Done.
So when we're talking about equality and things being equal, reflexive equality is exactly the same. See how your dominoes look the same? Next, you have symmetry. And symmetry, look here, symmetry is if we have 2, it can also equal 2. So here 2 is on one side, and here 2 is spread out. So if 2 equals 2, then 2 equals 2. You see the different ways that they wrote that?
Do you want us to match it?
Pause. Nope, there's no matching yet. And then last inequality is transitive. So if 2 on one side equals 1 on each side 2, and 1 on each side 2 equals 2 on the other side, 2 on the left of the domino equals 1 on the left and 1 on the right. Hey,
Do this.
she's not way behind. We're talking here. Transitive. If 2 on the left of the domino equals 1 on the left and 1 on the right, because that's still 2, and 1 on the left and 1 on the right equals 2 on the right, then 2 on the left of the domino equals 2 on the right of the domino.
Done.
They're all equal, right?
Done with all of them.
Okay, but I want you to stay with me so that your brain learns the writing with the words that we're talking about. Now we're looking at, that's going to be real cute for everyone to see. All right, inequality, additive. If 2 on the left of the domino is less than, don't forget to trace your less than sign. You skipped it because you didn't stay with us. If 2 on the left of the domino is less than 3 on the left of the domino, then how many is this? How many is this? No, count all of the dots on the domino. If 2 is less than 3, then 7 is less than how much? If 2 is less than 3, then 7 is less than how many?
1, 3.
No, how many are 8?
Mom, I
Hold
wanted
on.
to eat.
Okay, so now we're looking at our comparisons at the bottom. 60 kilometers is greater than or less than 61 kilometers?
Greater than.
60 is less than. So you put the open side at the bigger number.
Is this 60 or this?
Yes. All right, then we have 60 kilometers is greater than or less than 59 kilometers.
No.
Yeah, we need to put the open side at the bigger number.
I want to eat that
60
one.
kilometers is less than 59 kilometers? No, 60 is more than 59, so we need to put the open side facing the bigger number. And the last
we
one
want to
is,
eat that one.
okay, the last one is 60 kilometers is greater than or less than 65 kilometers. What's
I
that
can
last?
wash my hands.
Do that last thing and then yes. Alright, no, that's the wrong one. The open side goes to the bigger number.
Why do you wash
Alright, David, wait for instructions.
Why do you put the equals?
But we're going to do our 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. 12 inches equals 1 foot. 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. 1 kilometer equals 5/8 of a mile.
What does
Good.
5/8 mean?
That means if you break it into 8 pieces, it's 5 of those 8 pieces.
It's 5 miles of those 8
No.
pieces?
No, it's not 5 miles of 8 pieces. Where's my eraser? Hi, Mimi, how are you? Sorry. Mason, sit. Mom is right here. Go sit. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Oh, David. Oh, why am I drawing? You just do this. Look, David. This is 1 out of 8 pieces. This is 2 out of 8 pieces if we have 1 whole, right? We have 1 out of 8, 2 out of 8, 3 out of 8, 4 out of 8, 5 out of 8. So 1 kilometer is 5/8 of a mile. So this is a kilometer and this is a mile. Which one's bigger?
The mile.
So that whole thing is a real mile?
No, it's not a real mile. It's talking about fractions. 5/8 is a part of 1 whole.
Hello, 1 mile.
Right,
Mimi,
come
what
sit.
did you write?
Libby, go ahead and trace your
No. It
ruler.
would take everybody 1 step to run that whole mile.
Would it? All right, 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. All right, circle the most. 10 squares or 12 circles? Which one's the most? 12 circles. Circle them, not color them. Okay, so now we're going to compare. Is 10 greater than or less than 12?
Greater than.
10 is greater than 12?
Wait, 12 is greater.
12 is greater, so put your open side to the bigger number. Okay. 10 is greater than or less than 12? Yep, it's less than. 12 is greater than or less than 10?
It's always
Greater than. So that we need to put the open side to the bigger number. Good. Trace your number line. Pay attention. Is the mark above the 1 a circle or a dot? No, it's a circle. It says 1 is less than a, which is less than or equal to 5. So we're going to trace our number line. Since it's less than, it's a dot. And then you trace your line all the way to 5. I'm sorry. Since it's less than, it's a circle. And you trace the line all the way to 5, which is a dot.
Oh, so it wants to eat A, but then it wants to eat 5 because 5 is more than A?
So this is just telling you a range, and you're trying to figure out what A is. We know that A is greater than 1, but less than or equal to 5.
How much is A?
We don't know exactly. We just know it's in this range.
And we know it's greater than 1.
Okay, we're going to pause for a second so I can say hey to Mimi and we'll come back. Okay?
Oh, can we have a break?
Yes. Okay. Had a little visit with Mimi, and now we are back. Second half of page 6, we are talking about comparisons. So we are tracing and comparing whether it is greater than or less than. Go ahead and do that first row. We see our N symbol for naturals, and then we're comparing the dominoes. You see your help with this. Compare David. 2 friends, a boy and a girl go for a walk around the block. The boy walked 2 miles, and the girl walked 8,000 feet. Who walked farther? Right? And how many miles is 8,000 feet?
Well,
2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch, 12 inches.
Well, that means that
5,280 feet equals 1 mile.
that doesn't help on the game right here.
It
It's
does
the same
help,
thing
because
that you said.
How many feet?
That's about 2, so it'd be
Alright, go
about
ahead
2
and do the next row.
It'd be about 2.5 miles.
If she, yeah, but we're not looking for about. Right?
I traced it.
I can trace your A.
You can keep tracing that whole section because you're just tracing and comparing and then paying attention to your number line and doing your comparisons at the bottom and then following the pattern in your set at the very bottom, okay? Okay, Ayla. 8,000 miles.
0,
And we want to find out how many groups. Hey, excuse me. In your head, please.
What is
8,000 feet, not miles. 8,000 feet, and we want 5,000. How many are in a mile?
Yeah. 5,280.
Are in 1 mile. Okay, well this is really easy. Can it go in twice?
Really, that's
5,000
No,
can go into
no.
8,000 plus?
No.
No. So we know it's going to go in once. 5,280. Okay. Finish that.
my friends left my hair.
Okay. You did not finish it. You finished that section. Now you didn't trace your naturals
What
symbols.
does meters and
Okay, it's not
kilometers?
coloring it in. It's tracing it.
What's meters and kilometers?
They are units in the metric system.
3,000.
No.
starting in the ones place. You do everything by starting in the ones place. 0 minus 0 is what? Okay, 0 minus 8? No. How do you take away 8 from 0? No, we're not adding. How do you take away 8
That's
from
trace the
0?
bottom and all done.
So you borrow. Okay. Did you plot the points on your number line?
Yes.
No, you didn't. You skipped to the bottom and you didn't do the things in order. Go in order, please. Because see, this shows 10 is less than 30. Because here's 10 and here's 30. Stop. Look here. 45 is greater than 30 because here we see 30 and here we see 45. Do you see how these number lines are telling us this? 10 is less than 30 because 10 is smaller, is closer to the origin. 45 is greater than 30 because 45 is farther away from the origin. Right. 2 meters is greater than 2 centimeters, 3 meters is greater than 3 centimeters, and 4 meters is greater than 4 centimeters. All right, let's find our pattern. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11,
12.
yeah, we're counting backwards, so continue the pattern, getting smaller. Good.
Oh, no, that's not how you do a line. I know, well, we know how to spell an 8 correctly now. See, Mom? I see.
Good. All right, so, no, whole thing. Okay, Steve. Oh, you didn't trace your braces? Did you trace your braces? You did. Oh. All right. Okay, so you have a remainder. So where's your marker?
Guys, do I just want
So we're going to add a 0, bring it down.
what?
And now how many times is 5? Go to 27.
Okay.
Try that. So put 5 up here. And then multiply 5 times 0 equals down to 0. 5 times 8. Down to 0, carry the 4. 5 times 2. 10 plus 4. Put down 4. Carry the 1. 5 times 5.
Mom, can you
5
do the
plus
tail and
1.
the penguin?
Now
Mom,
subtract.
can you do the tail and the penguin?
Toucan and the penguin. Yes. So the toucan lives in temperatures that are 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the rainforest. Remember that little 0 means degrees, that's a degree symbol, and the F stands for Fahrenheit. The penguin lives in Antarctica, where it is
And the freezing
negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Very cold. So we have our greater than. Which temperature? Yes. What temperature is greater, the rainforest or the Antarctic? The rainforest, yes. All right, look over at your thermometer. We're going to trace and color. We're tracing negative 40 degrees. Nope, up here. Negative. Do your negative first, please. Negative 40 degrees. David, we're not coloring, we're tracing. Negative 40, now you color.
Which one's the penguin?
Alright, so negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to, it says equal, is equal to negative 40 degrees Celsius. Draw your equal sign. Hold on, Ayla.
I thought that was a dictionary.
Can we do the thingy thumb? The thingy thumb? Can we do the thingy thumb?
Oh, okay, pause. We're not supposed to be converting the 8,000 feet.
Oh.
We're just doing greater than, less than. No, I'm not talking to you. Okay, so we're getting rid of two friends, boy and girl, went for a walk around the block. Boy
Right.
walked 2 miles and girl walked 8,000 feet. Who walked further? So the miles cancel each other out, and then we're basically left with ones on the bottom. So that means it's already whole. So we're just doing 2 times 5,280 is what?
Okay, so it's a green box. Signifies the value of one instant times itself.
Right. So what is 5,280 times 2?
Hold off that thing on the camera,
Alright,
please.
go ahead and trace your number line. Not right now, no.
It's freezing in here.
Mom, do we trace this?
No, you're tracing the number line. A is less than 14. I'm sorry, A is greater than 14. So trace greater than 14 on your number line. Use your open
White
circle.
dog.
And your,
White dog.
use your line, please. Your line with the arrow.
Trace dolphin.
Alright. A is greater than 14.
That's what I traced.
And B is less than 15. A is greater than 14. So A is greater than 14. And then B is less than 15. So 15 is less than 15. Mason, noise. Now we are going to trace our ruler with our 8s. So we're going to trace 1 over 8 and then 2 over 8. Trace them in those sets. 1 over 8, 2 over 8. Trace them in that order. David, you are not following instructions. I said 1 over 8. Finish, please. Okay, so, yes, that. So we're just comparing 8,000 feet to 10,560. Yes, next you're going to work on the fractions below using the unit blocks. So go ahead and finish tracing first. Right, do what you can do without me first.
I've already done 5 and 6 that I can.
Okay. You're going all the way through 8 today, so you can work on 7 and 8. Alright, down here, we see 1 over 6, so we're going to trace the over 6. And then we're going to color that many. So trace, color 1 out of the 6.
What is it? Mom, how many Fahrenheit is a person can do?
Look in your chart. Don't push so hard. Before you move on, trace your 2 over 6. Keep your groups together so your brain puts them in order, David. Alright, next we're tracing the symbol for kilo is K. And it is 10 to the positive 3. Kilo is K and it's 10 to the positive 3. And then milli is M, which is 10 to the negative 3.
Will this help me for
Lots of things.
simple?
For, yeah, mathematical things.
I didn't know that.
Stop. Okay. Boys, we're tracing Kilo is K.
Okay. Kilo.
Kilo is K, and it's 10 to the positive 3.
Kilo.
Down here, please. K. And it's 10 to the positive 3. And then milli is M, and that is 10 to the negative 3. What is that symbol called? I want to say it's delta. I think it's the Greek letter delta.
It's a triangle.
Equal.
Triangle.
I can look through it.
Go ahead and trace at the bottom.
Ayla, what is the triangle called?
We haven't gotten to it yet. It's a new symbol. Keep working on your work. I'll find it.
Wait, Ayla's not in front of us. We in front of her.
No, she's in front of you right
No,
now. But
one.
it doesn't matter.
No,
Okay,
one.
hold on.
Because I already did one.
Are you on 2?
I'm on page 7. But I can help you.
That's
Sorry.
Now I want you to finish tracing the page, and when I find the symbol, I will let you know.
Okay.
David, you're done. David, did you finish
What?
that page? Now wait patiently, please.
I'm going to try this one.
Whoa!
Mason, I don't feel like that's where you're
Delta's
supposed
behind
to be.
us.
It is.
Delta.
It's delta. So delta 1 degree Celsius equals delta 1 Kelvin. Okay?
How'd you know it was delta, Libby?
Because there's a circle right here, and then there's a triangle on that. Because I figured it was delta.
Okay, so look here. Delta 1 degree Celsius equals delta 1 Kelvin, and delta 1.8 degree Fahrenheit equals delta 1 Kelvin.
Can you mark that we did our splash?
Can
We
we
will-
explain?
No.
You get screen outside
Right,
when you're far away from the window.
turn the page.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Nope, one last page, page 8. Alright, we're tracing that the vector U has a length of 8 meters and a positive direction.
Blend.
And what,
It just says in Fahrenheit and in Celsius.
have you looked at your chart? Because it says label the only point where F equals C.
Oh, it almost
Where
done.
are
There's a pizza
Fahrenheit
right
and
here.
Celsius the same?
Oh, there's pizza right
Nowhere.
here.
They're the same somewhere. I see it.
I get it now. 4 inches.
Right here.
Yes.
10 inches is greater than 4
Negative
inches.
40 degrees is the only place that Fahrenheit and Celsius
Mom,
are
Mom,
the same.
pizza.
But if you hear me talking, it's very rude to interrupt.
Mom, 2 days.
Okay.
Oh, we
U
almost
has a
got-
length of 8 meters and a positive direction. Please finish tracing this.
Done.
Oh, we almost done.
We'll be done as soon as you stop acting wild and finish your work.
Is this our last?
The absolute vector U has only a length of 8 meters. Trace this arc.
Oh, we almost done.
The absolute vector, I think that's, the line's saying absolute, right?
The 2 lines,
Yeah.
yeah, that means absolute vector.
Alright, David, finish tracing this. The absolute vector U equals,
You should just check and
No.
make sure.
Libby, make sure you trace your vector. Mason, make sure you trace your vector. Trace.
Absolute vector.
Finish tracing, please. Alright, then,
I beat you.
it's not a race. Look here at the top with the oven. We have the limit of x as x approaches 30 equals 30. Libby, look. The limit of x as x approaches 30 equals 30. All right. Equalities and inequalities. We're tracing the measure. And A to B is 20 centimeters, and B to C is 20 centimeters, and C to D is 40 centimeters. Trace on your number line. Here.
And okay.
20 centimeters equals 20 centimeters.
Finish.
Libby.
Could you do 20 centimeters equals 20 centimeters? Right here. 20 centimeters equals 20 centimeters.
You don't want mine to find it.
Right, and then trace your line segments. The line segments.
Done.
That's not supposed to be straight, David. Trace your line segments. They're approximately equal. They're approximately equal, which means AB is approximately equal to BC.
Done.
Okay. AB is equal to BC. Alright, last part, estimation, trace and color. 9 is approximately equal to 10. Make sure they're curvy, not straight. Which means 19 is approximately equal to 20.
Yeah. No, it is equal, see?
It's not equal. It's almost equal, but not quite. It's not the same. Equal
Mom,
means the same. Trace the symbol.
Alright, trace. Done.
Alright, and then we're going to talk about rounding by writing the digits. So we're starting at -0, -1. Are those? I don't think those are negatives. I think those are just parts. So we start at 0, 1. What comes next? 0, 1. What comes next?
2.
2. Write it.
Yes.
Okay. Good job.
I can't
I
order
noticed
this.
something. So these both have 9s, these both have 0s.
They do both end in the same units digit or single digit. Hey, go put that away, please.
Wait, we're done?
Well, you're not. They finished their 1, 2.
I won 3.
4, 5,
6,
that's not a 6.
7, 8,